All right, so for this one, yeah, shout out to Liz. So for this one, we're going to use the distributive property, but now, oh, dang it, they put a fraction in there. So there's that. Now the interesting thing about this, what did we just do in the previous section? Well,
something like this?
Yeah, in the previous section, we got rid of the fractions by multiplying by the denominator. But normally what you do is multiply 3/4 through this thing and then start solving. But to eliminate the fraction, what they're going to do is they're going to multiply by 4. But whatever you do on one side, you have to do to the other side. Well, really, you're just multiplying this first term of 3/4 by 4. What's 4 times 3?
12?
What's 12 divided by 4?
3.
3. So a lot of times when you have a fraction and you multiply by the denominator, I don't know if you've picked up on this pattern or not, but you get the numerator. In other words, if I say 4 times the fraction 3/4, when you multiply by 4, you're undoing what's being done when you divide by 4. In other words, 4 times 3/4, you're taking the 3 and multiplying it by 4, but you're also dividing by 4, so they kind of cancel out. And you're left with 3. Okay? So I showed you this on how to do this on the calculator on purpose because sometimes you guys get in a hurry and you just go, oh, it's 27. And I want you to slow your brain down. It's a nice thing about writing out your work and using the calculator is that you have to actually take the time to think and process about the calculation that you're making. Well, same thing here. So anyways, this becomes 3, and then 4 times the negative 2. You just got to multiply it once, okay? Because now you're going to multiply the 8. You're going to use the distributive property on the right-hand side. Multiply that negative 8 through the parentheses. And then over here, same thing. You're going to multiply that 3 through the parentheses. What's 3 times x?
3x.
3x. What's 3 times negative 13? Negative 39. What's negative 8 times 9?
Negative 72.
And what's negative 8 times x?
Negative 8x.
Negative 8x. So now that we've gotten rid of the fraction and used the distributive property, it's just a matter of solving the equation. Among these, 3x and negative 8x, in other words, we want to make it look like x equals some stuff, right? I'm using my mouse to try and draw with this. I'm going to have to find my little pen for my marker. So x equals some stuff. So I'd pick the lesser of 3x and 8x, which is actually 8x. It's further to the left on the number line. So I do the inverse, which is to add 8 to both sides. These will cancel, and I'm left with negative 72 on this side. Over here, 3 plus 8 equals 11, so I have 11x, and then we just drop down the 39. Now I start moving stuff away from the x. This is a negative 39, so I do the opposite, which is add 39. Whatever I do on one side, I do to the other. Negative 72 plus 39. Again, if you don't know, plug it in the calculator. Negative 72 plus 39 equals,
Negative 33.
well, bam, with the bacon sizzle, negative 33. All right, so then the next thing that we have to do is this will cancel over here. So I'm left with 11x is equal to negative 33. We need to move the 11 away, so we divide both sides by 11. And bam, with the bacon sizzle, we get 8x equals negative 3. Now, here's the thing. I tell you guys, read the book, read the book, read the book. Everything that I teach you, I've said all this stuff. But your book has the words. So when I say read your book, for example, maybe I'll give you an assignment later, and you don't know how to do the problem, and I'll say, oh, it's just like example 2. Or when you take the test and you see a problem just like this one, what you do when you read the book is you just don't stare at it, read the words. Step 1, eliminate the fraction. Well, how'd they do that? Multiply by 4. Look at it. Oh, there's a 4 in the denominator. Now, if you don't remember that, then you would say, Denominator in your book right now. Write that down. Denominator. Whoops, forgot the N. Denominator. Okay, 3/4. So by writing that little thing in your book, when you go to take your test and it's an open book, you just read the words, right? Well, then after you've multiplied by the denominator, what's the next step? Use the distributive property, right? And if you read the words, it tells you distribute the 3 and the -8 to the terms within the parentheses. So you literally have the recipe to do the work. This is add 8x to both sides, right? Now what I put over here, x equals some stuff, which means we want the x on one side and all the other stuff on the other side. And then it tells you exactly what to do. And then you could look at your problem on the test and you could go, okay, you'll have different numbers than this, but you'll go, oh, I got to move one of the x's. You'll move the x's, and then you go, now I got to move all the numbers over, right? And if you follow that, you should have a pretty good shot at getting the right answer, right? How many of you guys actually do that on the test? Nobody, because I don't see you opening your books. Bless you. Anyways, let's finish this last one here. Well, I'm just going to